It's on a Saturday here at Dundas Square. Anyone want to come down and maybe share some information, and we'll share some with you that you may not know as well. So there's a lot of loose ends I'd like to connect, especially about 9/11. So come on down and fill me in as well, and we can get together on this for the upcoming as well, September 11th anniversary of 9/11. Okay, come on down if you have a time. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I've got some breaking news that I found out just past week, and I found out that the Syrian rebels, well, Al-Qaeda, are actually being funded by the CIA spies and giving them weapons like missiles to shoot down the Syrian military. That's what's going on right now. So that's very important to keep an eye on this kind of thing. So Iran's not too far off. And you got to remember, Iran's not a real threat. You know why? It's because look at all the U.S. military bases in the area. Look at them all. There are tons of them. I don't think Iran would do something stupid like that if they're trying to attack Israel or the United States or anything like that. So no, they're not any big threat at all. It's also that Al-Qaeda was actually funded by the CIA or the U.S. government. And Hillary Clinton said that in one of her videos.
I mean, let's remember here, the people we are fighting today, we funded.
It's going to affect us eventually when World War III starts. So here we are at Dundas Square here at the 25th of August 2012. And another 2 weeks or so is the 9/11 anniversary. So we'll talk at you a little bit later with more news. Weapons, missiles, and everything to shoot down the Syrian military.
They're all
Connected. Oh yeah. Yeah. The United States, there's a new H1N1 that is out roaming around now. They believe that it's coming from a fair that has a bunch of hogs in there, a bunch of pigs. That's where these people picked it up from. Got formaldehyde and thimerosal, which is mercury, and detergent. Imagine that, putting detergent in your body. Came out probably about the same time. About getting the truth on 9/11.
I never liked basketball, but
a lot of good stuff on there.
Is anyone in Babylon-T.O or anywhere else in the world offended by it right now? Is this offensive? Is it? Or how about this?
Is that offensive?
Think about the crowds down here.
You're usually by College Park over there, so yeah, it's pretty cool down here in Babylon-T.O. You got Busker here. You got the Abomination of Islam over there. You got information about Jesus. You got another Jesus over there. Yeah, it's all typical Saturday afternoon, you know, information seeking Dundas Square. So if you're in the area, come on down. You know, if not, you can see us on the website. You have TTS Awakened Minds, you have Truth Seeker Times, I think it's .ca, all the information's up there, so yeah, you cannot claim ignorance is bliss, especially on a day like today. We got all this information out, you know, come down, if you want to learn more, come down.
Bring your kids, bring your grandmother, your great-great-great-grandmother if she's still around.
Bring your goldfish, your pets, you know, everything. We have everything. It's a family environment. We
Keeping it ethical. We got the anti-fur people here.
Yeah, they came here, they got anti-fur people over there. You know, sure, obviously, yeah, people are going to object to the killing of the fur, but then again, it's all about vanity. I mean, I heard that people, was it for the rhinoceros tusks or the elephant tusks? They just kill them just for the tusks, and they throw the meat away. That's a waste of life right there. So it's all about vanity. That's all it is. I understand why wear fur. You don't need it really. You just, you know. But yeah, so you got the protesters over there. You got, like I said, they're drowning out everything over there with the music. So it's all interesting here. Every week you get something different. And just behind you got the NBA Jam happening there. The most important question is, where are you going after you move on, after you go? We're living in an information age where you cannot say ignorance is bliss. Learn what your governments are doing, learn what your politicians are doing, learn what the world's religions are doing. You have to keep abreast of this. Turn off your television sets, stop watching video games, stop watching movies, get yourself educated, because you cannot say I didn't know. You cannot say that.
Support your local farmer, everybody. You're better off. Go to them and talk to them about Monsanto and talk about GMO. Try and get information about what companies that they belong to, organizations, right? And then you'll find out a lot of good information from them. They know about Monsanto. So watch what in the world are they spraying, and also the new one is why in the world are they spraying.
All this information you can find in the free DVDs right here. You have no excuse not knowing them. You have free DVDs, free booklets over there too at that table. Over there in that stand over here, just behind the free info about Jesus. So we cannot say we do not know or I'm too busy. Shut up your TV for 1 hour and look at the information. Everyone I've given this information out to who doesn't live in Canada always sends out to other people and says, please keep me in touch with what's going on. You know, they love it. And the best thing about these is that they're not copyrighted. Meaning that you can watch this in Australia, in Africa, South America, Europe. They're not zone oriented where you can only watch it here. You can watch it anywhere in the world.
I want to give a big thank you to my Filipino friend. Her name is Faye, and she's been taking some of these videos and getting them out there, going to her friends and family in the Philippines. So no, she's actually burning them and sending them herself. Yeah, which is a good thing. I like that.
The beauty thing about investigative research that we do the research for you. Now you just look at the information and make the decision by yourself.
Yeah, that's recommended if you're burning DVDs. Burn it to region 0 to play in all regions.
Or a region, or like I use no region or all region. Either way, it's the same thing, at least for mine. And mine burns the same way, so it doesn't really matter. So you can watch it, let's say in South Africa, South America, Australia, wherever you are. It doesn't really matter. At least the information is legible. It was annoying in Africa during the World Cup. It hasn't changed.
Basically every Saturday, unless it's like raining or snowing, you know, but usually we'll be out here every Saturday.
Exactly. That's the way we like it. We don't care how cold it is, how windy, how much snow we got. We'll be down here.
Looking out for a hurricane in Florida, though. They're saying they might shut down the Republican convention.
I heard about it.
Oh, we don't want that to happen.
Oh, no, they're going to shut down the political. No.
Please, no. We can't have that.
Most people don't want to believe that God is very just in His judgment. They don't understand. You know, don't be so foolish. Think that God can't take your finite little life away from you.
If you're Canadian watching this, start studying your Canadian rights, Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Start studying this document, your Bill of Rights, because once your government starts stripping you of your rights, it just says, oh, this is my right, this is my right. When you read it, when you read the new documentation they come out with, and it says it's not in there, it says, oh, I thought it was in here. Well, did you bother reading it? No. Why not? Too busy doing something else. Start learning your Bill of Rights, your constitutional rights, your Charter of Rights, everything. Start learning what your basic rights are. Because once they start taking them away brick by brick, they're going to say, where's the foundation? I thought I was living in a house. They took the roof out from under you. We didn't even notice.
So Mike, you've been studying the Charter of it.
Looking at it more and more all the time. When they say about you having rights, that's a little bit of a falsehood. We have privileges. If we had rights, we'd be protected. But we have privileges, so you can take them away from you, one at a time.
So that'd be $90, but then you get 2 of them, so we split it, you see?
You see this right here? This is your Charter, Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Notice how number 2, it says freedom of conscience and religion, that's what we're doing right now. Freedom of thought, belief, opinion, express here, which is what we're doing now. Freedom of peaceful assembly, which is what we're doing now. Freedom of association right here. But this is number 2. Let's read number 1. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms guarantees the rights and freedoms set out in its subject only to such reasonable limits. But they never outline what the reasonable limits are. See how they catch you right there? And probably people didn't even know that existed in there until you actually read it right now. So, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, so your basic rights as a person are number 2. Your basic rights as a person, their rights to live at you are number 1.
Yeah, and we were just looking at one of the main footnotes, footnote at the end of the charter. You see the Queen, in order to pass an act in Canada, has to go through the House of Parliament, the Senate of Canada, then the Parliament of the United Kingdom, and then it goes to the Queen, and then they can pass it. So it just shows you the sovereign of Canada is still the royal family, the Queen, and you know, that's one of the things we're seeking the truth on, who runs the Corporation of Canada.
We consume things to heap them upon our own lusts. And you're miserable. You're not satisfied with your life. You know? You know, you can only be satisfied in Jesus Christ. You can only be satisfied in knowing God and that God gives you a purpose. You know, God wants to honor you in the halls of heaven. All this stuff's going to pass away, man. Is Jesus Christ a liar? Should we throw the Bible in the garbage? You knew that God was calling you to turn to Him. Give glory to Him instead of cold shots and cigarettes. Maybe he doesn't like the email. Instead of, yeah, that's not going to save you when you die, sister. Neither is showing off your lady lumps in public.
Voici maintenant celui qui apporte la lumière, sa sainteté Raël.
We need a world currency to save the world.
They're from Raël?
There's an Asian girl showing her.
They're from Raël?
The French guy, the former car racer, right?
The only solution the Elohim explained to us is the creation of a world government and a world currency.
The way they do it is cool, the way they align it, but still, when you look at that, I mean, that's a conflicting message. Because try wearing a swastika in the Jewish community. See what happens, you know what I mean? That's just a hate crime right there.
They say they could successfully clone like human beings? Yeah, well, yeah, that's what they claim, but...
A cult leader from Quebec was questioned by members of the U.S. Congress today as they grapple with the moral and ethical issues surrounding human cloning. The witness, known as Raël, believes humans were created from the DNA of aliens. But he was invited to testify because, along with his bizarre beliefs, he also claims he has the technology to clone a human being.
Get on the side of mercy. Get on the side of forgiveness. Get on the side of God's love, not God's wrath.
The TSA headquarters.
Oh!
An insane asylum. Exactly. There you go. That's why they're a little bit crazy, nuts. Well, that's where they're living now.